Hello, this is Karen Gosling from Change Your Man Toolkit, telling you about the tool Grog to go. And this is the tool to use when you want exactly that, when you want Grog, if it's a problem in your relationship, to exit. Renee came to see me for counselling on one occasion, and she told me about how much alcohol was in fact influencing or impacting on their relationship. And she said to me that Trent, her man, didn't drink every single night, but that when he did drink, he wasn't able to stop. It was like he was a binge drinker. And she said that whenever we go out to a function and he starts to drink, he can't stop and he's always the last man standing. And she said, sometimes I even go home alone, because if I try and tell him to come home with me, or if I actually ask him to stop drinking, he ends up becoming quite aggressive and gets mad at me in public, and I can't stand that. And she said, and it seems to be such a waste of time and such a waste of our life, because he spends the whole of the next day recovering from having drunk too much the night before. She said, so is he an alcoholic? And I said to her, well, Renee, what do you think? Do you think he's an alcoholic? And she said, no, I don't think so, because he doesn't need to be drinking every day. And so I explained to her that when alcohol is impacting on the relationship, and if she says to Trent, this is a problem for me, and I don't like you drinking so much because it upsets me, I said, if he then chooses to keep on drinking, then he is actually giving priority to the alcohol, to the bottle, more than he's giving priority to you. And I said, and when that happens, when a person gives priority to the alcohol more than to the relationship, then he has an alcohol problem. I said, so Trent really does have an alcohol problem. And I went on to explain to her that alcohol is, it is a depressant, it is a drug that we take into our body, and that Trent probably uses it to calm down, because when you feel pretty wired, or you're anxious, or you've had a really busy week, for example, the alcohol depresses all your nervous system and actually makes you feel relaxed. But what it also does is that it depresses your ability to control your impulses, and it diminishes the ability to stop drinking just when you need to. So what I mean is if you have decided perhaps to only have one or two drinks, and you have your one or two drinks, then the ability to control the impulse to drink then goes out the window. And it's the reason why a lot of people binge drink and they just don't know when to stop. This in fact causes a huge problem in relationships. And so the key is, the tool Grog to go is to actually talk to your man about your feelings when he drinks. It's not about saying you've had too much to drink, stop drinking, because that of course comes across as demanding and controlling, and no wonder the man gets angry at that. But what will make a difference is if you sit down with him quietly on an occasion when he hasn't got any alcohol in his system, and talk to him about how you feel when he drinks. And that might be feelings of perhaps fear or embarrassment, or you might feel alarmed, or you might feel upset or disgusted, whatever the word is, and perhaps there are a few words. Let him know that those are the feelings you have when he is drinking. And now, as a general rule, men want the woman that they love to be happy. And so when you tell him your feelings, he will be quite shocked, I imagine, most men are, to know that their drinking has that impact on the woman that they love. And that generally is enough to get them to curb their drinking, and Grog goes because they're able to reduce it or stop it. So it's not a case of demanding or ordering, it's talking to him about how you feel when he drinks. And if he's able to stop that, then it means that he has got his alcohol problem under control. Give that one a go. Bye.